So you have to hear me out. I'm not trying to fight with you, but 2008, the worst year in movies. How did I end up here? Well, I have these playlists, and I have playlists for the different years, and 2008 is stuck on the bottom. Like I haven't had another movie. So I went back and I went through the list of some of the movies and things I would review, things I've already seen I don't really want to watch again. Started looking at the Oscar movies and all that. So here's what I found. 2008. Here's my best list. This is again my best list is high end movie and rewatchability. So at the top of the list, clearly Dark Knight, Iron Man, and I'm going to include Wall-E, a Pixar film that I actually truly love, especially the first portion of that movie. Those three movies they're fantastic. They're rewatchable. I'm good. But that's three movies. That's kind of it for me. My other great movies or good movies is Gran Torino, the Clint Eastwood film, Valkyrie, and Tropic Thunder. Now, Tropic Thunder is probably in that category for you guys. It's a little raw for me, so it's not on my rewatchable list as much as it would be for some of you guys, but I get it. But let's be honest, that list is kind of the cream of the crop for a movie list, because here's where we end up after that. These are movies that I don't have a problem sitting through again, but I don't see myself sitting through again. I won't go out of my way. Maybe that's the best way to say it. Kung Fu Panda for the kids. If it's on, kids want to watch it, that's fine. Take it or leave it. Wanted, James McAvoy. It's a fine movie. It's okay. Hancock, Punisher Warzone. These are movies that are fine. They're all good, right? I think Incredible Hulk. I have a hard time with Incredible Hulk, man. The CGI is just brutal for me to sit through. I actually think the movie has aged well in the sense of story structure and story arc and all that. That would be one I'd throw in the list. Hellboy 2, it's fine. It's serviceable. Yeah, I don't know. But you have a whole list of like Indiana at Crystal Skull. I've talked about several times, nearly walking out of the theater. M. Night Shyamalan's movie that year is called The Happening, that Mark Wahlberg movie, which is unbearably bad. Unbearably bad. Keanu Reeves in Day the Earth Stood Still. That horrible Get Smart movie, the Love Guru Mike Myers movie. The Spirit, one of the worst comic book adaptations. I can't stand that movie. I hate that movie. Okay, well, what about Oscar movies? What about serious movies? Okay, let me look at the list. Okay, first off, political movies are like far agenda movies. Milk, the Sean Penn movie, the anti-W George Bush movie with Josh Brolin, and American Carol, that Michael Moore agenda movie. Those are my social, economical, political movies. Oscar movies, the big winner was Slumdog Millionaire. Never sitting through that again. A Curious Case of Benjamin Button was nominated for 13 nominations. It won 3. It's a Brad Pitt movie. It's serviceable. Okay. The list gets real thin after that. What am I missing? I mean, when you start ranking years and you start looking in the 80s, you're looking in the 70s, I'm talking about like 72 and 74, 75, 77, 79. Then you have the 80s, which is almost every single year, but 82 and 84 and 87, 89. I mean, then you get to the 90s and you have these multiple. I'm talking about movies that are like cream of the crop, right? Now, Dark Knight and Iron Man, we would put on like best of superhero movies, right? And rewatchability type movies, but they're not in my like best of all time list. I don't think they're going to make my top 25. Maybe it's like 50, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I don't have those movies there. I enjoy, like, Valkyrie is fine. I don't have any aversion to sitting through it again. Gran Torino is nowhere near the list of like best Eastwood movies, let alone best all time movies, things like that. So you end up with a list of like, wow, 2008. Is it the worst year in movies or not? So, all right, you guys can Google, you guys can search, you guys can correct me, but I was hard pressed to like, oh, let me go and get these 4 or 5 movies in the hopper to review and kind of, spend some. I just don't know. I got very little for you. So love to hear from you guys and correct my way of thinking, if you will. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am Pops.
Yeah. Right?